Hey guys, Nercules here, and it is day 2 of San Diego Comic-Con, so of course we're going to be checking out another comic book. Now the one we're going to check out today was actually just released yesterday of this week, and it is this one right here, The Last Ronin Lost Day Special. Now if you didn't check out the Last Ronin series, super cool. You can get it as a collection now, all 5 books in one, or you could track them down a little bit pricey one by one, but awesome story that kind of chronicles sort of the end of the Ninja Turtles. Very, very cool. So this is like a one-shot of some of the events that happen with April O'Neil and kind of reflecting back on the Turtles. So let's take a look. Out the gates, I love this cover. This is the C cover, but I just love it, right? We got all these kind of hands coming in. If you haven't been keeping up with the series, you might be like, whose hands are these? But we'll get to that in just a sec. But very cool, just kind of reaching in, classic, you know, out the gates, you almost know it's Turtles just because they're eating pizza. But then inside, we got a lot of these other variant covers, and of all of them, easily this one is my favorite. I love that homage to the Ninja Turtles movie poster, but very, very cool. And then as we get into it, it's pretty cool. You get kind of a backdrop in terms of where the Last Ronin story has been at. So if you haven't read that yet, a little bit of spoilers there, but otherwise it catch you up pretty well. But then I love this. The way that this book works is it kind of jumps back and forth between April O'Neil's memories as a kid, and then as her time with the Turtles, and then during her experiences of the Last Ronin, and then during this story, which takes place 10 years later. What's cool is in these flashbacks, I mean, you can tell right out the gates, it's penciled by Eastman. So that's really cool. You know, I love kind of the penciling, the ink from him. Obviously, you got to have Eastman if it's going to be a legit Turtles story. But then kind of jumping back and forth, like I said, going to some of those events of the Last Ronin, recapping some of those, and then up to today, where we now see April is much older, obviously, but she's helping to raise kind of a whole new generation of Turtles. If you don't know who some of these characters are, I don't want to spoil too much for you, but hopefully seeing it is enough of a tease to get you in and check out some of these stories, because it's just really cool what they've been doing with Ninja Turtles lately. So the book is pretty long, so I'm not going to flip through the whole thing. I'm just giving you a few pages so you kind of get a feel for how this arc works. As a special book, it's a little bit more. It's $7.99, but as you would expect, it's quite a bit longer too. So some really nice length for a book like this. So then we'll jump to the end here, just so that you can kind of see, you know, then we got stuff, the next issue, what that's looking like. So even though it's a special kind of one-shot, it shows they're going to be doing a couple more of these one-shot type of things, which is cool. And then, like I said, Turtles in general, they've been doing some really cool stuff lately. And if you haven't checked out this book, separate book, but really fun, right? Because it's obviously based off of kind of 80s, early 90s Turtles when they just kind of blew up in pop culture. So the cartoon that a lot of us kind of remember, and that's kind of back. And there's a couple different books that run along this kind of universe of Turtles, which is really cool. Yeah, then some stuff for some other books coming out, and then obviously Kevin Eastman Studios to check out more Turtles stuff. Finally, you kind of see, this is cool, this advertisement for a hardcover book coming out that's just bringing all of these covers together, which is really cool, because again, just jumping to the front, you see this is, I mean, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 variant covers on one book. And so it's pretty impressive that we have so many variant covers for just one book. And so it's neat that there's going to be a hardcover book coming out that kind of brings together all those covers from all the different Last Ronin stories and things like that. 200 pages, right? Showing every cover of the entire series. So that'll definitely be something very cool to check out. But otherwise, great book. Like I said, just came out. Definitely worth picking up. And of course, to keep celebrating San Diego Comic-Con, we'll be looking at another book tomorrow. But until next time, high five, subscribe.
Subscribe. Oh yeah.
Nercules.